The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of Colorful Voices of Sisterhood are their own and do not represent L'Amour Media Versatility, that of any broadcast networks utilized, its advertisers, or sponsors. All content is subject to copyright and may not be reproduced in any form without prior written consent by L'Amour Media Versatility. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of Colorful Voices of Sisterhood are for general public information and entertainment purposes only.
Welcome back to Colorful Voices of Sisterhood. Today we have another special guest. We have LaQuisha Fulcher Cadwalader with Onslow County Parks and Recreation. We're so glad to be with us today. Today we'll be talking about Juneteenth. But before we get started, we'll let LaQuisha tell you something about herself.
Good afternoon. My name is LaQuisha Cadwalader. I am the Recreation Program Supervisor for Onslow County Parks and Recreation. I have been there almost 3 years and absolutely love it.
That's awesome.
Welcome.
Did you do anything before?
I was temporary for Onslow County Parks and Recreation as the Assistant Summer Camp Director and then the Summer Camp Director. And then I kept moving my way up to this full-time position, and I'm honored to be with the county.
Awesome.
It's bringing a lot of diversity information to the county, and I love to see that has been welcome in the county. And she's doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
So today we'll be talking about Juneteenth. So LaQuisha, tell us something about Juneteenth, how it got started with the county, how you introduced it to the county.
Juneteenth, as we know, became a federal holiday in 2007, and actually became, in North Carolina, became a federal holiday in 2007, and then it was recognized as a federal holiday on June 17th, 2021, when President Joe Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act into law. So when that came about, what better way to celebrate the freedom of everyone than to bring a festival to Onslow County? So with that being said, we came together as a team in Onslow County, the Parks and Rec Division, and we decided to bring the community together, as one big family reunion, so to speak, in the park. And because, the slaves became free, I'm sure, and I can just imagine the celebration on that day when they became free, that they went out probably looking for their families, those that were sold into slavery, their moms or children that were sold into slavery. So when we thought about doing the Juneteenth Heritage Festival, we thought about giving it a family reunion feel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
An experience of family reunion. So the slaves, being free and rejoicing and celebrating, they were out trying to reunite with their family. So we want to bring that to Onslow County with our Juneteenth Heritage Festival for all people.
That's good.
That's great.
What I like was the family reunion, because we kind of talked about a little bit how family comes together. That family reunion feel is going to be amazing.
Yes. And I totally understand about the word freedom in your heart, guys, because 2 days ago we also celebrated our Philippine Independence Day.
Awesome.
Yeah, June
Awesome.
12th as well, from 300 years of Spanish rule. But anyway, that's totally different.
Yes,
So,
that's
but-
awesome.
That's amazing, though, that we celebrate, because everybody's celebrating their culture.
That's right.
Right.
And we all coming together. And that was 2 days ago.
Yes.
What kind of celebration did you guys do?
It's the, June 12th is our Philippine Independence Day from 300 years being the Spanish rules. And so we celebrate by, raising our flag. June 10th, when we had it here in Fando Prague, and we had cultures and traditions just being together. We just, we celebrate our freedom for that many years.
Yes.
So we do that every year.
That's
in
awesome.
different
That's
states
amazing.
as well. So
You gotta make sure we started looking out for that, dude. That's amazing, because it's like a family reunion. Everybody
right.
coming together to
Yes.
celebrate, and that's, to me, is what it's about.
That's right.
that June 19th now, is celebrated as a federal holiday. I really like it because I get a day off from work as well.
Amen.
Yes. So where will it be located at?
It's going to be at Onslow Pines Park, which is 1250 Onslow Pines Road, in the big festival area. There's going to be tons of things for everybody to do. And like I stated before, it is just a time for all families to come together. It's not a black thing. It's not a white thing.
That's right.
It's a community thing for everybody to come together and unite and celebrate freedom for everybody.
I know where that is. That's actually where we had our Pista Sabayan, or Filipino Fiesta. You were there.
Yeah,
Okay.
right there.
So,
Because I believe in celebrating all. Like we
That's
say,
right.
it's about culture. It's
That's
about
right.
all of us coming together to do.
Yes,
To me, y'all know I believe that's about what God is calling us to do, to be together.
that's right. Absolutely.
Is there any more information that you want to give about it?
Yes, it's like we all say, it's going to be June 24th. It's going to be at Onslow Pines Park from 1 to 6 p.m. There's going to be some of everything. There's going to be a kids zone. They can come out with their bathing suits. We'll have some water slides. You can bring your own grill if you want to give that family reunion, backyard barbecue experience. Tons of live entertainment. We'll have the Suwa African Theater drum group. They will be back. They were here for our Black History
And that was amazing.
program.
Yes.
Yes. Thoroughly enjoyed them. They will be there. We'll have a band called the Throwback Collaboration Band from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Also, Miss Kimberly Michelle. She's a violinist.
Yes, she's
She will be
amazing.
there. She will be there as well. Someone will be there to give us the history of Juneteenth. The CHS, the DSS committee, also the Black History Committee, is also going to be there doing an interactive heritage trail. So you'll be going through the trail and learning different facts about Juneteenth. And an incentive to do that, we're also going to have, I don't know if you've ever heard about it, but it's called Knocker Ball, where you get in these big inflatables and you can play soccer. And if people go through the Heritage Trail, then they'll be able to play knocker ball in the field. So we'll have some card games out, spades, dominoes, the game Culture Tag, Phase 10. It's just going to be a big family reunion for the community.
And you can bring your own grill.
You can bring your own grill. Yes, ma'am.
Is there any charge?
No charge. This is a free event.
Free event
it's
to the
even
public.
better.
Yes.
Yeah, a free event.
Absolutely.
But I like it where you say you can walk through the trail. So when I'm going through the trail, am I learning about the different history as I go through the trail?
Yes, ma'am. You're going to learn about different aspects about Juneteenth, how it came about, how many slaves, were freed. You're going to learn about all things Juneteenth. So it's going to be a really fun and learning experience at the same time.
Well, do you mind giving us a little highlight, like how it came about, how many was free, and just
Sure.
get it all.
Look at my notes. But during that time, I know before it came to Texas that the slaves were free. There were about 4 million that were free prior to the word getting to Texas. When the word got to Texas, Galveston, Texas, General Gordon Granger, he brought the word with 7,000 colored troops to let those people know that they were free. And that was about 3.5 million that were still not free from the previous, announcement that they were free. But on June 19th, they were free. They were free. About 3.5 million were able to be free. And I can just imagine the celebration, when they got the word coming in from their labor, coming in from, their struggles and their work, coming in and someone telling them, hey, you guys, the Emancipation Proclamation has been signed and you're free to go. So during that time, they became free and they were able to go about and live a life of freedom.
Nice. So you mentioned about Texas. Why is it that it took them so long to have that state, those enslaved, free?
I really don't know, to be totally honest with you. It could have been that the word didn't get around to to that part of this the countries. I really don't know, but it was 2.5
waited
years
until the Civil War had ended, that he was to let them know that it was free after that Civil War was ended.
right.
But it took a while for the word to get down. But can you only imagine that people still today not even free in their mind?
Right.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
sure nowadays there's still a lot of slavery out there.
Yes, and something that came to my mind, and I don't want to get too far off of Juneteenth, but when you mentioned, Miss Diana, that today, people have been told, that they're free, whatever it's free from, depression, mental illness, oppression, they have been told that they're free, but until they actually walk in their freedom, they're not free. And it could have been the same for the slaves. They were told that they were free, but what if some of them still stayed
In their mind.
and that mindset that they were still bound? And it's the same for people today. They're told, and that's why we have the obligation to go out and tell people, about the freedom. Whom the Son sets free
It's free indeed.
is free indeed. And until you get that in your mindset, and until you totally understand that, your mindset will always be in bondage. And it's the same with the slaves. They were told, hey, you guys are free, you can go. But in their minds, they still, maybe felt.
The freedom finally came on June 19th, 1865. What's that? 158 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're not really educated at that time that, okay, we are free, and that's it.
Right. Like she said, free to do what? Free that you're no longer owned. You're no longer
right.
enslaved. You're free to make your choices. So it took that long. But look, it's only been a few years that it made it a federal holiday.
That's right. North Carolina became the 26th state in 2007 to even recognize
2017.
2000.
Can you imagine
2000.
that? That was a long time ago, and we're just kind of
To even
actively
recognize, Juneteenth as a state holiday. To just recognize it. Yeah. And then not till 2021, it became a federal holiday.
Was that
That was 2 years ago.
that it became a federal holiday?
Yeah.
Because I'm me, I'm always believing what the words say. It bringing up a generation that's gonna make changes.
Yes.
That's gonna
We
fight for
really
the
need
changes.
to push our
Yeah.
leaders. If something needs to be done, we gotta just announce action.
Yes,
That's right.
we have to hold people accountable for the position that they're in. So when they get in position, sometimes we'll let people, again, I say based on parties, not what they can do, but when they get in these positions, we have to hold them accountable. Think about what you did to, with the county. You presented this to the county, and they was willing to say, let's do this.
Yes.
And it's so funny when it's time for election, even before, a few months before the election, that's when they get rush. Okay, what's up
Yeah.
there? Who can we help today?
Yeah.
But then you don't see them afterwards.
After that,
Yeah.
That's why I feel it's very important, and I thank God for my position, and also for the people that I work with that are so open-minded and so willing to let these diverse festivals happen, to bring awareness and to bring education to our community. If we don't do it, every month, not just in June, not just in July, but we keep awareness of these things all through the year, then it brings awareness and education to our community.
History is so important.
I agree.
True history is so important. And I believe that you have to teach that history. Like you guys, June 10th, I'm going to forget that. To know that history was there. But we have to even teach our culture the history about what's going on with it for Juneteenth. Because it ain't just a day of relaxation.
That's right.
There's a meaning behind that day.
Reflection, reflecting about what our ancestors went through. There were colored troops, even from North Carolina, that fought for our emancipation.
Yes.
They fought that we would be free. So, I love the fact that it's a day off. Of course, everybody wants a day off, but just a chance to reflect and see how far we've come and how far we have to go. But, with the help of God, we'll get there.
Yeah. But we keep, like you said, in the forefront. Like I say, Memorial Day. I was like, how do you keep saying Happy Memorial Day? There's nothing happy about Memorial Day to me. There was a lot of sacrifice that went on Memorial
like a day
Day.
of mourning.
Yes.
Right.
A day of remembrance, to be thankful for all the sacrifice that was done.
Right.
So a lot of times when people say that, it's like you need to really look at the history about how things was. So Juneteenth, June 24th, we're doing a celebration.
Yes, ma'am.
At the county rec. Is it going to be at one county park or all of them?
It's going to be at one park. It's going to be at Onslow Pines Park.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I think it's very important also for us to talk about, a lot of people nowadays also, they would say, come on, that's a long time ago, move on, people. move on, just move on. It's hard to move on.
It's hard to move on.
I mean, this is our forefathers
That's right.
that carry on. That makes me.
Yeah. And it's reality, and conversations like this, to some, they're very uncomfortable. You know, talking about Juneteenth or talking about, you know, Black history, whatever, or the Filipino. You know, it's difficult. They're uncomfortable to some people, but for people to realize that they're uncomfortable, but then have the conversation, then it shows a sign of growth.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to the mindset.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable because your mind is closed.
Right.
You have to have an open mind to be able to willing to listen.
Yeah.
Our colorful voices, we're made up of different
Yes.
cultures, and I know I've learned a lot just being with my sisters
Right.
to teach me different things about the culture. But you got to have the open mind to say, I want to learn about this, and it ain't that I'm trying to suppress nobody.
Right.
But it's
Yeah,
time for us to take the culture and move forward.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean that it didn't happen to them.
Right.
Right.
Or anything like they don't have feelings. They don't have that, sorrow in their hearts.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. We're all a big melting pot. You know, we're all a big melting pot, and we all make the world go round together. And if people could get that mindset, you know, we're a culture, we're a community of many cultures. But when we all come together, we're a stronger community of many cultures.
Like
That's
they
right.
say, what is that code like? United we stand,
Yes.
divided we fall.
Divided we fall.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, when they do the Pledge of Allegiance, you know, I tell people really listen at it. One nation under God, indivisible, liberty. You know, so we have the liberty to learn different stuff about the different cultures.
That's right.
Bring it all together because we are, one. But there was something else I was going to say. Juneteenth was also known as Jubilee Day. But I think I've seen Jubilee Day in another culture as well. Can't remember what other culture. Black Independence Day and Freedom Day. Yeah. So there was a lot of different names on it that was known. But I'm glad now that it's starting to be recognized as a federal holiday. But if I'm not mistaken, everybody made it a federal holiday now?
You know, there are still some.
There are still some
yeah.
states that's not.
Yeah. And even here in North Carolina, there's some, companies or operations that don't require, their staff to be off on Juneteenth. Some still have to go to work. So it's not fully recognized, but.
Well, they need to keep at least one day of PTO so they can say, look, I'm celebrating this right here.
Yeah.
I'm taking personal time off
Right.
to celebrate Juneteenth.
Yes.
Or our Freedom Day.
Exactly. There's one thing that I learned many years ago. I know for the Black culture, for December 31st, we call it Watch Night Service, in church. And I learned recently that January 1st, they did Watch Night Service because they were waiting for the Emancipation Proclamation to be signed. We today, the Black church will, we celebrate because we made it to a new year. We made it to, the next year. But during this time, January 1st, the slaves were waiting.
Yep.
It was Watch Night because they were waiting and watching in their churches, waiting for the freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. In anticipation
Yep.
of the
To
freedom.
be free.
Yeah.
True.
One thing I like to, LaQuisha, is your pastor, Pastor Brian.
Yes.
How he celebrate all the cultures
Yes.
in his church.
That's nice.
That's amazing to
That's
me
nice.
Yeah.
to see that he's, willing to take and recognize and celebrate all the cultures.
That is really
If we
nice.
could get the leaders to start doing that, to celebrate that.
Yeah.
I see him walking around with his dashiki. I
Yes,
said, look
he
at
will.
there.
In a minute.
great.
Yes, he
That's
will.
great. He's not just doing one
No.
nation or one
Yeah.
country.
He celebrates
but
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually have Cultural Day coming up in our church real soon where everybody can come together and represent their culture. So, yeah, he's very open-minded.
So I was reading also in slaves, there's 400,000 Americans within the U.S. every year, with 80% of them being women and children. 17,500 foreign people. That's still a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Being slaves.
Yes.
But the thing about it is, it's been enslaved, but it's not just the Black culture.
No.
Yeah.
There's
That's
other
what
cultures
this
as well,
17, yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
There's still. But that mindset, it has to be, because even if you're, I think it was Harriet Tubman that was, I can't even think, freeing the slave.
Yes.
You
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
she said she could have freed more
Yep.
if their mind, you
Yes.
said, was it. But
Yeah.
and even today, so you can't let your mind keep you enslaved.
That's
with.
right.
So
That's right. There's so many people walking around now that, they have the free will to do and to go and, say what they want, but in their mind, they're still in bondage. They're still in
Yeah.
bondage.
There was something, my other thought pattern went right out of my head. So I realized that with the county, with the county, they come back to me. You got anything else?
Yeah, I just want to say in the earliest Juneteenth celebrations, they were actually first celebrated here in North Carolina, in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, in Charlotte, North Carolina, in Winston-Salem, and in Greensboro, North Carolina. And some cultures, some places were celebrating even before it was Juneteenth. They were celebrating, the freedom even before it was known to be Juneteenth. So North Carolina plays a very big part of, the freedom of slaves. And even when some of these celebrations started, they were right here in North Carolina.
You should collab each other. Do the big one thing.
That would be
Parade.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be amazing.
You're not having a parade this year, though, right?
No, ma'am.
So are you looking in the future to maybe have a parade of some sort, even at the park? I mean,
Possibly. I know the Georgetown community, they do that. They do a parade.
okay,
That will be this weekend, I believe. Yeah, so they do a parade in Georgetown.
okay,
Yeah.
yes.
So instead of having two, we might just join with them and just have one big,
Yeah.
A parade.
That
just
would be
have
a
one
great
big
plan.
parade. Yes.
I really like the idea you bring your own grilling and food and stuff, make it like a big family reunion.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
are they able to have music and everything, or you already have like
We're gonna
a
have music. The DJ from the radio station, Danny Ocean, he'll be our MC and he'll be live. Advertising it on the radio. We'll have music. We'll have the line dances, the electric slide.
Let's go, girl.
Yeah, we'll have some.
And old school and boogie.
Yeah.
Why not? Right?
You think I know?
And Agnes can dance.
Yeah.
I've seen her dance, so she can dance.
Yeah, we're gonna have. It's just gonna be a really good time. We'll have some relay races where families will compete. Potato sack races.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, limbo. It's the egg and the spoon. It's really just gonna be just a family reunion for the community. We're known for families are known for bringing the family together. People come from all over when it's family reunion time.
June 24th, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be there.
Yes.
How amazing to make it your family reunion and you just show up at the park and just to celebrate. How amazing.
Educational,
Yes.
history, you can
Yes.
make friends. I mean,
Yeah. There'll be some vendors there, food trucks in case you don't bring your own grill. We'll have some food trucks there. So we're even doing, we have plans to do a really big mural that's going to be drawn out, but everybody is going to be able to put their thumbprint on the mural to represent your family within the community.
Nice.
So it definitely
That is really
is.
nice.
Yeah, it definitely is a family reunion for the community. So yeah.
So where did you get the mural from to think to put the thumbprint on it?
Our team came together and we just thought, let's do something where it's going to actually represent the community and we can use it for years to come. So next year maybe our photo op, our photo backdrop for next year, and then next year we'll just keep adding to it. We just came together and thought of it. Somebody from our team will draw like a family tree. How many family reunion shirts have you seen that have the family tree, with different families represented? So that's something we're looking to do, and people can come and they can put their handprint or their thumbprint, and it will represent their family.
Now, are they able to write their family name? Okay,
Sure.
so that's awesome that they can write their family name on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one question here from A&R Credit Repair Services. Are you also hosting the Georgetown one?
I am not. No, Onslow
Okay.
County Parks and Rec and the one from Georgetown are two separate events. We are hoping for next year that we will all
Can maybe
together.
collaborate some
Yes.
together.
Another one, is there someone documenting the event?
Someone documenting it. We will have some of our team will be there to, take pictures and things like that. We don't have anybody, videoing it, but, pictures and whatnot will
We might
be.
just have somebody.
We might have somebody. Yes, but we'll take a lot of pictures. To
Maybe you're looking at him.
Maybe. Maybe. So,
Are you bringing your camera spinning?
we'll have to
Not
talk.
yet.
We'll have to talk and see
Cool.
what we can get. Yes.
Nice. It
Yeah.
seems like everything's set.
It
For
is.
you.
Yep. Everything is pretty much set, and we're just waiting for the day to come and for everybody to get together and have a good time.
Then afterward, you can take you a break. But when you said as far as food trucks, are they local food trucks, or is it too late for them to become food trucks? How do they get involved with that?
They
And
are
the vendors.
There are local food trucks. We have capped it. Right now we have 12 food trucks because we want to have space for the vendors. I think right now we have there may be 17 vendors that are coming to sell their items. They'll sell t-shirts, jewelry, things like that. If we have any to drop out, then you can definitely call us, and then we can let you know if we have spaces available for vendors or for food trucks.
Yeah.
Nice.
The food trucks, it's amazing how they become such a big thing now.
They are huge.
know.
How many years are you doing this one? Is this your first?
This is our
one?
first.
All
Yeah,
That's
right.
awesome. But LaQuisha, you also celebrated in February
Yes, ma'am.
your first.
Our very first Black History celebration. Yes, we had it at the Old River of Life Church, and we were expecting maybe 50, maybe 75, maybe even 100. There had to be at least 250 to
Or
300
300.
people in that building, and it was absolutely amazing. Yes.
Yes.
I think
It
I've
was.
seen that
Yeah.
huge building. Yeah.
We had it there, and it exceeded our expectations. It was free, and we fed everyone, and we prayed for a a miracle
And it happened.
for the food, and it happened. It happened. Everybody was fed, and there was even more. There was leftover. So
Oh, wow.
yes, just like God.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Praise
was
the
amazing.
Lord.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it was amazing.
I can remember her saying, "Oh my gosh,"
Yes.
because it was such an overflow. It was so beautiful to see that people supported, and
did.
again, it was all cultures.
It was
in
all
there.
cultures.
It was beautiful in there.
Yeah.
Those dancers that came out of Greensboro, right? They're coming back.
They are coming back. They will be.
They are
here.
amazing.
Yes, very good. They really are. It was a fun time, and I am so grateful. And I've said this before to our department for being so open-minded and wanting these things for our community. We have a diverse, department, and they're very open-minded. We come to the table, we discuss the things that we want to plan for our community, and our first priority is this what the community wants? Is this what the community wants to see? And if ever the answer is no, then we're not going to do it, because we are definitely motivated by what the community wants to see.
That's amazing. And you're right at your thing in February that I remember seeing that went on. The staff all was there in support of it.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yes.
Because you hear companies sometimes talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we want to do this, but it's talk. But I'm seeing the county actually do the action behind it. That's amazing to me. To
And
see
it's
it
even
done.
more special when you have the support of your team.
Yes.
When you have them show up and you have them, see, the work that you put in or that we've all put in, and you just see it come forth. It's amazing.
It is. It's amazing. Also, your parents and your husband,
Yes.
it's just a great support because I'm
Very
always
great.
seeing him there working just as hard as you working.
Yes. He makes fun of me all the time. When are you gonna put me on payroll? He's lifting chairs and he's moving stuff around, and he's such a great support system. My parents are
Oh, yeah.
always there and always pushing me to keep going. So
That's awesome.
That's what we need.
yes,
Mhm.
I'm very
We needed
blessed.
that.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
to be encouraged every day. We need to be, have someone to always remind us.
Yes.
But I have a question. So as Filipino, what else you can tell me regarding June 10th?
June 10th or
Uh-huh.
Juneteenth?
June 10, Juneteenth. How do you say that?
Oh, you talking the events you get ready to do?
What else can you tell me about it? I mean, is there something that you have not achieved that you wanted to do regarding this topic?
I think for this being the first celebration, and as much as I've put into it and, contacted the different people, I can honestly say I'm satisfied with this. The only thing that I would want to see in the future is, instead of, Juneteenth celebration here, Juneteenth celebration here, that we all just come together and just do a huge, Juneteenth. But for this being the first one, not really knowing what to expect or not really knowing what to do, I'm honestly very satisfied with what I've done so far.
Good.
Even though you want to combine, what about going to different areas? I'm in Richlands. I'm like, y'all better bring something to Richlands. Swansboro, different areas. Have you ever thought about maybe expanding out, or we just want to just keep it in one central location?
No, we will, I'm sure, eventually venture out. We do have our park in Richlands. I'm sure we will venture out. Just Onslow Pines has always been our go-to because it's a huge festival area. Everything we need, is right there at the park. But eventually, we definitely will spread it out. One of our goals is to actually go out into the community, to reach the community. For those that can't get to, our parks, for example, our back to school bash, we are hoping, we normally have a big festival there at Onslow Pines, but then we have a community that's not able to get there to get backpacks. So we're looking to actually go out to the community, to go take them book bags, to drop off, instead of having this huge festival where people, can't always get to.
Now, will y'all be doing some giveaways at Juneteenth as well?
The radio station will be doing some giveaways. They'll be giving out some T-shirts and some, some swag and things like that.
Okay. And it's from 1 to 6. Okay. There would. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, now I think I got my question now. So it also be help people out there in case somebody have any health issues, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that, because, we have seniors out there.
Right.
Would it be senior activities for our seniors?
Not necessarily to seniors, but I mean, I'm sure a couple seniors can throw some, cards. My Linda is she is a card player. So
she to play that?
Oh yes, she does. So I'm sure, they can play some cards. We'll have, the games. We can, modify them. We're also gonna have a dunk tank. That's one thing that I meant to mention. We'll have a dunk tank, and we're really looking to our sponsors to be participants.
Is that the one that you have to?
Yes, yeah. We're looking.
Somebody gonna go right in the water.
Yep. We're looking to our sponsors, mentioning our sponsors. Guild Mortgage is one of our sponsors. Marine Federal, Green Clean Auto Spa, Marine Chevrolet, they're sponsoring this event. So very excited about that. But we're looking to our sponsors to come in and get in the dunk tank. We've pushed it out, or going to push it out to our employees throughout the county to hopefully be a participant of the dunk tank. So we'll see.
Well, the weather should be good, so everybody might want to get in there,
right?
So they can get wet.
Full load of activities.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
So it's a lot of planning.
Yes.
Putting a lot of hours.
Yes, a lot of planning.
Putting it in place.
Yes, ma'am.
There, but I'm super excited that we are recognizing Juneteenth. I know we got an event this weekend, and then next weekend, the 24th.
Yeah.
Is there any other areas that's doing it that you know of?
I know, like, of course, the Raleigh area. They're doing some. Charlotte is doing some. I'm not sure if New Bern. It seemed like I heard something, but I'm not very sure. About Fayetteville, I believe they're doing one.
Okay.
It's moving.
So it's
around.
moving.
Yeah,
It's definitely moving around.
It's definitely moving.
Now let me go back to the trail when they go walking in the trail, because you know me, it's the season of snakes.
Oh. I was part of this group chat in our neighborhood there, and then somebody took a picture and sent it to our group chat.
I know. So
it's not when you think of trail, it's not like it's cleared off. It's cleared off. It's walkable. I mean, people walk it every day.
Okay.
We have patrons come in the park and they walk the trail. It's not really long.
Okay.
And there'll be people there, so hopefully, shoo away the snakes. We haven't had any news of any snakes on that particular trail, so I think you'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the people on the trail, will they be telling the story, or do you have it on posters and we just read it?
There'll be posters, but they'll also be telling some stories as well. I believe our Black History Committee at the DSS building are the ones that are putting the trail together. They're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They are amazing, and they are really looking forward to putting this together. We've actually collaborated together to do this Juneteenth event, so they're looking forward to that. They've got a lot of ideas for that trail, so it's going to be fun, but it's going to be very educational and informative.
So it's different organizations parking within the county that's partnering.
Well, us and the DSS, the Black History Committee.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
DSS, what's the name?
Department of Social Services.
I didn't even realize they had, a department, a part in there that actually does the Black history.
They have a Black History Committee within that department. Yeah.
Can you imagine how small is Jacksonville? Actually, it's not being small. It's growing, actually.
It's growing.
But there's so many activities going on. It's very diverse, and I mean, the community alone is really very tight, and I like that.
Yes, the Black History Committee is actually hosting something today at 2 p.m. at the health department. They're doing their Juneteenth little celebrations called Dinner at Big Mama's. So they're doing a little program there today at 2. So yeah.
I mean, there's so many activities, so many invitations too.
There's a lot. Yeah.
What's your role? How do you get the word out to everyone? How do you guys are doing? Are you doing just Facebook or
social media, our Instagram, our website, OnslowCountyNC.gov. We're pushing it. We've got flyers out. We have a press release coming out to the news. So we're pushing on all avenues that we can possibly think of.
The city and the county is helping.
Well, the city, we've pushed it to the city. To hopefully they'll get the word out too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Well, have you partnered up with any the Boys and Girls Club? Because a lot of those kids will be out for the summer. Give them something to do.
We have not. I have actually been in contact with the kids that volunteer for Teen Court. Some of them are going to come out and help us as well. Whether they're there volunteering or if they need the hours, they'll be out there to help with the event as well.
That's great. And I know Sturgeon City also have different people have things that have kids to get them involved.
Right.
Which will really help on that day, so they get a chance to learn the history about it.
Yeah.
Volunteerism. Yeah.
Right. And have fun while doing it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Have fun while doing it.
Yes, ma'am.
And food trucks everywhere.
Keeping them away from trouble.
That's right. Yeah.
Whatever we got to do, learning the history though is always so important to me, to make sure they understand the history of
That's
it.
right.
Now, I know we're doing the Juneteenth, but later on, will you pick up any other cultures to start doing?
I was actually just in contact. I had a meeting with the Hispanic Association, and we are hopefully going to collaborate and do some festivals as well with the Hispanic. I am open to working with all cultures. I'm not as educated in other cultures because, that's not my culture, but I am willing to learn and willing to sit down and talk with different associations that represent those different cultures to see how we can bring more diversity for the county and in our community. So by all means, if anybody's watching and they have those different associations, please reach out to me because we're all about diversity and reaching. Yeah, absolutely.
Because Agnes, she does a lot with her culture. Beautiful fashion shows.
Yeah, we'd love to be involved.
Alrighty, yeah.
And I know the Chamber of Commerce, we have a Hispanic thing that we do as well. So I have to make sure that business diversity department maybe reach out to you as well to get a part of that.
Absolutely.
Good, because I want to celebrate all. I want to learn.
Oh, yeah.
Different, especially the different foods.
I'm for
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
If Fatia was here today, because she's actually from Ethiopia, and she talks about the different culture of the food, so that would be amazing.
Yes.
Especially in the Richland area, I used to always say I want to do what I call the taste of town because we have so many different cultures.
Yes.
To come together and just bring the
That would be
different
good,
food
yeah.
That'd be good.
there, and you get a chance to meet your neighbors.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
So
And
this,
with us being a military town, there's so many cultures that we haven't probably even tapped into. So just to see us all together and get together and learn about, get educated about different cultures. I don't understand, or don't know about a lot of different cultures, but I'm definitely willing to learn.
so now we already gave you ideas, so we can have a big culture day. Every culture is represented at the park.
I love
They
it.
bring
That
their
is
they
how
bring their
it's supposed to be.
yeah. They bring the grills, they bring the different foods, they bring the different dances. Agnes is an amazing dancer. But they bring the different dancing out, just the different things to be one big day.
Yep. Yeah.
One big
It's
day.
like
Wouldn't
one
that be
big happy
amazing?
family.
That's
Yeah.
right.
One big
That's
happy,
right.
different cultures.
That's right.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
So,
Yeah.
is there anything else that you wanted to go into with the Juneteenth?
Let's see. I think I tapped into as far as watch night.
And I don't, when you say watch night, I don't know if anybody else has to do it, but I know we do. We do watch night. We pray while the old year's going out and the new year's coming in. And of course, our organizations, which is the Masonic Body and Order Eastern Star, we always do an Emancipation Day with the NAACP
Okay.
every year.
Okay.
Yeah. That's normally doing January 1st, we have a church service.
That's not at St. Julia, is it?
The last time that we had it at First Baptist in Georgetown.
Okay. I went to one years ago at St. Julia. They had
Yeah, we kind of go around to different ones.
They had, and that's actually when I learned that watch night, we made it about praising in the new year, God brought us a long way, but really it was about the freedom, slaves were waiting. They're waiting for that paper to be signed and waiting to be free. So I learned something new.
That's amazing.
As the clock strike 12 and we would go to, praising and thanking God. But, it was a different meaning for those. I'm sure they praise God too for their freedom, but, it was different for them. So.
It's amazing sometimes listening at the different culture and reading some of the stuff. Even when they did cornrows, braided your hair, it was a map. Everything had a meaning behind it.
Yeah.
The map, how did it escape? Different things had meaning.
Yeah. I had an amazing African American lit teacher, Miss Kelly French, at Coastal, and it was an amazing learning experience. She taught about quilts. She was there for the Black History celebration. She talked about quilts, and every stitch, it all had a meaning. It wasn't just let me just say quilt, but it all had a meaning for African Americans, and every little thing that they did, it was meaningful. They didn't take things for granted.
It's a labor of love.
Yes. Yep.
And its meaning.
Yeah. They didn't take things for granted.
I learned a lot when she was doing it because I never really thought about it. But Grandma used to have the quilts and stuff, and they passed it down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
So it's important to hold on to those quilts because it was a lot of meaning. And some quilts was made out of shirts that were sprays was made out of like shirts from your grandparents that passed on. I've seen that starting to happen back now.
Yep.
They take a shirt like when someone deceased, and it's kind of connected to keep those shirts, and that's a quilt that's kept.
Yeah. Keep it all connected.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that we have this topic. How do you say that again?
Juneteenth.
Because when I was in high school or college, and I was looking, this has been since June 19, 1865. And we have history class, and I never heard about it. Never heard about it.
Right.
No.
History is not history.
No.
The true history is not taught.
It's not.
It's
not. It's not in the school systems. If I didn't teach my girls about Juneteenth, they're not learning it in the classroom. Even Black History Month, February, they celebrate Valentine's Day in February instead of the kids can bring in Valentine's cards to distribute to their friends, but you never hear about them bringing home anything.
Do you think it's about time?
What changed it?
Yeah. for Juneteenth to be in the history class.
Oh, absolutely. And not just Juneteenth history, Black history, period. It's not in the classrooms. It's not taught.
Not yet.
And even in your culture, is it?
Right.
It's not even taught.
No,
you think
it's
about it.
It's all about our history. History is history. It should
History
be
is
over.
history. That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
They may bring in, Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
They'll talk about Martin Luther King a little bit.
Yeah, we do. We have
Yeah.
that and all that, and
Yeah.
but
But there's
things
so
like
there's
And
so
they only
much
got a
deeper.
certain part of him, because
I have a dream
yes,
speech.
that's it.
no deeper
That,
than
that,
that.
to go no deeper than that.
deeper
So
than
we
that.
have to be the one to try to get this out to go deeper
That's right.
in what
That's right.
And
teach our children.
Yes.
Teach our children. They'll teach their children, and eventually, somebody's gonna have to make change. Somebody's gonna have to bring it in the schools. So
because even with Martin Luther King, they forgot the part that he wanted us to be able to walk hand in hand.
hand in hand.
It wasn't just a black thing.
That's right.
It was many cultures that's what he wanted. That's the same thing that Jesus wanted.
That's right.
You know?
Unity.
Yes,
Unity.
that's what he's looking for.
That's right. That's right. And when we can't get it, even the Bible says, "Come, let us reason together."
Yes.
Let's come and set it all out on the table.
Yeah.
Let me learn about you. Let me learn about you, and let's come together. Yeah.
Because as you learned today, the county could be there for you for the event that you put. I'm trying to think. It was in May that you put on the event at the
April.
and it was called
The Pista sa Bayan, the Filipino Fiesta.
Uh-huh.
Is that where you were? Yeah, before. Yeah.
In April, it was at Onslow Pines.
Yes.
It was okay. Yeah.
We wanted July, we did it July last year, but
Okay.
it's super hot.
It's so hard.
So, but
Yes.
good thing when we did it in April, good thing it didn't rain.
right.
Yeah.
There's so many prayers before that.
Yes. Yeah.
And your festival. What's the meaning that you had your festival?
The fiesta, because we celebrate fiesta in every barrio or in every city or in every town in the Philippines. There's always fiesta, which, just like what you have explained. There's food, there's celebration, there's pageant. People come together. People will dress up. Yeah, just
Representing our
a
culture.
big celebration.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Celebrating.
Oh yes, celebrating. There was a time when they couldn't celebrate, So being able to come and represent your culture and celebrate.
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
what we do here on the face of the earth. Share culture, traditions, love, unity. I mean, we keep
right.
going and going and going.
Yeah, it all goes together.
But it's even our culture learning about Juneteenth. Even the black people, they're learning about Juneteenth.
That's right.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to get in there to learn it, so you can actually share, where it came from.
Yes. And constantly learning. I don't know everything about Juneteenth,
Right.
and I'm still, learning.
Like I said, learning is never ending.
It's never ending.
Education is never ending.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 50 years old. If you want to go to school.
That's right.
That's right. It never stopped. Never stop.
No.
And you can definitely learn from the younger generation if you just stop and listen,
Oh yeah.
because they're gonna dig deep. They're not gonna just settle for a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Where we were limited. They're not limited. These cell phones, they can Google everything.
Oh yeah.
Everything is Google.
That's right.
They know everything.
Yeah, they know everything.
How do
Yeah.
you turn this on? Oh, that's easy. Let me help you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
YouTube. You can learn how to change a battery on
I
your
just
car.
learned-
I mean, YouTube.
I
Everything.
just learned how to do reels.
I'm still learning that part. But yeah.
We're all just learning something. Learning.
Ever learning.
So you're actually in charge of this Juneteenth, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah.
Proud to you. I mean, there's a lot of work. There's a lot going on
There
there.
is.
You have to have a lot of patience and
Yeah. I have a really good team at Parks and Rec. We come together and I can kind of divide the workload and we
That's
make
very
it happen.
important, yeah.
And we make it happen. So,
delegation.
That
Yeah.
teamwork makes a difference. That
Yeah.
teamwork is dream work
yes.
when everybody come together. And I always tell people we don't always have to agree.
I like
You
that.
still can make it work.
That's right.
We don't always want to agree because we need to be able to look at the different things. What are you looking at?
That's right.
So
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you coming.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else that you want to share before we?
Just this last quote or statement that I found where it says Juneteenth is about freedom, liberation, and celebration. It's a holiday for North Carolinians and everybody to come together to foster connections that will continue to empower and uplift the community. Juneteenth is not a Texas thing. It's not a Black thing. We're talking freedom for everyone.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
Everyone.
beautiful.
Yes.
Well said. So we'll celebrate Juneteenth. We'll let you celebrate your Father's Day first. Don't forget them.
That's
Father's
right.
Day is Sunday. They don't want just a tie. They want to be treated special.
Or a pair of
So
socks.
this is what you do. Take them out to Juneteenth on June 24th. Or the 19th. That's going on. That's just my little tidbit. But we do celebrate all the fathers. Again, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you.
Being
you
with
so
us,
much for having
educating
me.
us, letting us know that
appreciate
Juneteenth. I love how you just bringing stuff in this area in the county. We celebrate the county.
It's about
For
time.
doing it,
I mean,
yes.
1865.
Yeah.
My goodness. I was so. Oh my. I don't want to say anything more. You know.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and next week we look forward for next week's topic, which is LGBTQ community.
So we're trying to bring on different topics, talk about different diversity.
Yes.
So we love to talk. So we look forward to having you guys next week, next Wednesday. Again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ladies.
thank you.
ladies, for doing what you do.
Yes.
It's amazing. Thank you.
We try our best.
You're doing
We
good.
try our
Well, we're
best.
getting educated every Wednesday. Is the way I look at it. Every Wednesday we
For
definitely
sure.
get
That's
educated.
amazing.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but it's good. And June 19th, actually, I'll never forget it because that's the day my father passed away. So, I celebrate, different
Yes,
reasons.
for
He's
different
still
reasons.
free.
Yes.
He's free, no longer
Yes,
bound.
That's right.
No chains holding
That's
him.
right.
So, but yeah, the people, one person pushed for something to happen. So it only takes one person
It
to
takes
push
one.
for a positive to happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep pushing. You just
Keep
don't
pushing.
stop.
That's right. Don't stop pushing.
You know?
That's right.
We don't give up so easy. That's what you did with the county. You maybe brought it in, maybe you and someone else, but you didn't stop until you see it to come into fruition.
That's right.
So this year I started another tradition for next year and years, and
That's right. This is the first of many.
yeah.
what you
So
are.
your name will go in history. You know that, right?
It will.
You'll be a history
It's what you
maker.
are planting right now.
Yes.
It will grow
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm honored. And I'm thankful for the people that are pushing me.
Yeah.
That are pushing me.
Be
And
contagious.
yeah.
There you go.
I am. Those that went before me and those that I'm following after. So I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
Nice.
I take no honor and no glory. It's
All goes to him,
It all
right?
goes to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But it's amazing how he'll put you in positions to do stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look back, grandkids will see your name.
Yeah.
Your good name should outlast everything.
That's right. That's
My
right.
grandma started this in Jackson.
That'll be amazing. That will be amazing. To God be all the glory.
Yes. But we keep celebrating, keep doing what we got to
We
do.
do. Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for being with us today. We'll see you guys again next week.
At Lumore Media Versatility, we aim to provide comprehensive solutions to our clients. We have a team of experienced professionals who can help you with every aspect of your media needs. From documentation and marketing to promotion and more, we provide our clients with top-notch quality services. We understand that each client is unique and has specific needs. That's why our team works closely with you to understand your company and event goals and objectives. We are committed to providing the highest quality services in media and strive to exceed our clients' expectations. Our team is passionate about helping you reach your goals and making sure you get the best experience and results. If you're looking for a reliable business to help you with all your media needs, look no further than Lumore Media Versatility. Contact us today to get started at 252-497-3817 or at www.lamore-photos.com.
To doing